Today is one of those practical days. I normally don't do this till after the main season. I was out riding over the last weekend and I hit a whole mess of bugs. And one of the problems with the Goldwing is that stuff will get up under here, and I realize it's not mechanically going to cause any problems. It's just kind of nasty to look at after a little while. And you can't really clean this windscreen on here very effectively, and you certainly can't clean under it. So today I'm going to show you how to take this windscreen off and clean it so we can clean underneath of it. It's not very complex at all. It's, you know, a couple body panels and some hex heads, and that's it. But it's one of those practical things that I think it's important that we all kind of know how to do ourselves, so we're not trying to stick our hand up under here. Step one is to turn the bike off without lowering the windscreen. I know this is really basic stuff, but a lot of people don't know this. What you're going to do is hold up the windscreen button while you turn the bike off, and that'll just leave the windscreen up. I'm in my garage. It's on a trickle charger, so I could actually leave it on while I do this. I just don't. All right, so now that we've got the windscreen up, we've got to remove the actual windscreen. There are only two little body pins holding this on back here, so we're going to pop this body panel pin, and these are just push pins. I have a body panel toolkit, picked it up on Amazon for like $9, worth every penny. These body panel pins are pretty straightforward. You just push them in, and then you can pull them out, and when you go to replace them, you just push them all the way out, put them in where you want, and then push this back down. Now we're gonna go around to the front so we can remove the actual windscreen. All right, so the next step is we gotta remove these guys. We took the body panel pin off, which is pretty much the only thing holding these on. So now we just push them down and they'll lift off the windscreen. Now we're going to just undo these four nuts, hex heads. There is a plastic washer on these, don't drop them. So when you get these, there is a silicone washer on here that goes against the windscreen. There's a rubber washer that goes against the silicone washer, and then there's the actual nut. So I'm just gonna put that back there. Because it's not normally necessary. I've had two things happen. I went through a swarm of bees a couple of weeks ago, so that created a mess, and then last weekend it was grasshoppers. All right, so now the windscreen is ready to come off. There you go. Now notice there was a black washer right there, so make sure you keep track of those little guys. So there's a washer on each one of these, so you need to keep track of. All right, windscreen's off. I'll take you over to the bench and show you what I'm doing over there. All right, so I'm over at my bench, and I've got the towel down underneath of it. So what I'll do while I'm cleaning up the rest of the bike is for these tougher bug bombs here, I'll just lay a couple towels over the windscreen that are wet, and that water will soften up the bug juice. Not really necessary, but it prevents me from having to really scrub on this and scratch it up. So that's all I have to do. Not really much to this, but now I can get up underneath everything so I can get these bars cleaned off, don't lose my little washers. I can get these little bars cleaned off, clean up under here. This usually gets pretty nasty by the end of the season. It's one of those little weird trap spots that Honda built in for us. So we're just gonna clean this up. And again, we're just using, I'm using Dawn here to really get the bugs off. It's just Dawn and water. That seems to break everything up real nice. I think I've got all the bugs off that part. Just clean that up while I'm here. You know, I just washed this bike, so it's not very dirty. Man, the bugs, I hit that on that piece of road were terrible. It got all over my face, everything. I'm just gonna grab the Honda polish, wipe this down. All right, now we'll just go clean the windscreen. The windscreen was soaking while we did this. It wasn't soaking very long, but should be good. So now we'll pull this off, and you'll see that the bug juice just wipes off now. So I'm gonna grab a drying rag here, and I'm just gonna dry it off. And that did just soften up most of the bugs. You can still see them on the inside of the windscreen. All right, for this I use Honda glass cleaner. I know it's a bit of brand whorish of me, but like, I don't know. I assume it's their plastic, they know what's good for it. And it doesn't cost any more than anybody else's really in the long run. Now you wanna go up and down, not across, so that when the sun hits it, it diffracts up and down if you got a scratch in it. And that's pretty much it. And I just cleaned this, so it's not too dirty, but other than the massive bug splatters up underneath of it, it was pretty nasty underneath. That's it. So now the windscreen is crystal clear. We're gonna head back over to the bike. I'll show you how to put it on. All right, we brought the windscreen back over here. You know what, I didn't do a really great job here just because it's still mid-season here, I don't care. I just wanted all the bugs out from underneath here, really. All right, so to put this on, you're just gonna line it back up. Make sure you have all 4 of your washers on here. Now, the nice thing here is that when they're lined up, there's a little bit of tension in here that will hold the windscreen on. We're just gonna put these back in to make sure that everything is held in place. All right, so remember these go clear plastic, black plastic, then the nut head. And you'll notice all these will line up. So when you're putting them on, if these get a little bit misaligned, like up like this, then the bolt won't seat correctly. So make sure you're lining all these up, take your time. Line them up against the bolt itself, so they go down for you. There we go. And one that was a little bit off. Now I just need to grab my hex. So while you're putting these on, just make sure that everything is seated. You shouldn't be fighting it. This doesn't take a whole lot of torque. Just kind of apply that bad boy on there. I'm looking from the edge to make sure that the clear washer and the black washer are flat up against the windscreen. So there's not like a hump on the side. Okay, now we gotta put these on. These are actually sighted. So you'll note that one side is slightly longer than the other on this. So there's it's a different, slightly different angle. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. So if you put them on wrong, what you'll note, and I'll do this one wrong for you too, so you can see, hopefully you can see, the tips don't line up. It fits, but you won't be able to put the body panel clip in. So the key here is that the long piece, the longer side goes to the outside of the bike. Honestly though, you won't really have an issue if you get them backwards, you just pop them off, it's obvious. All right, now it's just the body panel pins. I'll flip you around back, we'll do the body panel pins. So body panel pins, we're just gonna click them out so the tip's out, so we can grab it like this. We just put it in a little hole, push the tip in, click it in place. You'll hear it click, and that's it. So it takes what, 5 minutes to pop your windscreen off, clean underneath of it, put it back. But it makes it a lot nicer when you're looking through it. I just don't like all the bugs being smashed against the front of the bike. That's it. So have a good one, keep your wheels down.